Hey y'all, what's up? It's Ashlyn here. This giant bag right here has all my goodies in it, and I can't wait to share it with you guys. So, first and foremost, we have, yeah, I'm in the right order here. I'm sure there's more, but I only had like 10 minutes, maybe, not even. Maybe like 7 minutes. But I have the Mortal Instruments Book 1, City of Bones. I have the Mortal Instruments Book 2, City of Ashes, and City of Glass, Book 3 by Mortal Instruments. I'm missing a lot. This is the Shadowhunters series. City of Bones, City of Ashes, City of Glass. I'm missing Fallen Angels, Lost Souls, Heavenly Fire, Clockwork Angel, Clockwork Prince, Clockwork Princess, and Shadowhunter Codex. And one more I can't see. Just a sticker in my way. Oh, the Bane Chronicles. Everybody knows what that is. Now, you guys know I'm not big on fantasy, but I'm going to give it a shot and see how it goes. So, that is a thing now. Sorry. So, there's the first 3 books of that series, which is really cool, I think. Then, while I was at the library the other day, yes, I have a library haul that's going to be coming soon as well. I got The Mystery by E.L. James. It was in the free book section, so I picked it up. I think I've read some of it before, but not the whole thing. I found Megan Abbott's Dare Me. No idea what this is about, but it's Megan Abbott, so let's find out together. It says, Addie Hanlon has always been Beth Cassidy's best friend and trusted lieutenant. Now they're seniors who ruled the intensely competitive cheer squad, feared and followed by their peers, until the young new coach arrives. Cool and commanding, Coach Colette French draws Addie and the other cheerleaders into her life. Only Beth remains outside Coach's golden circle, waging a subtle but vicious campaign to regain her position as top girl, both with the team and with Addie herself. When a tragedy leads a police investigation to focus on Coach and her squad, Addie tries to uncover the truth behind the death and learns that the boundary between loyalty and love can be dangerous terrain. The raw passions of girlhood rise to the surface in this taut, unflinching exploration of friendship, ambition, and power. Megan Abbott provides a harrowing glimpse into the dark heart of the all-American girl. Ooh, okay. This book, The End of Everything by Meg Abbott, looks freaking insane as well. So, alright. Now let's get into our book of goodies, or bag of goodies. Bag of book goodies. There we go. Okay, on top we have Taylor Jenkins Reid's Malibu Rising. I have been trying to get my hands on this for so long at the library. It's always unavailable. Everybody's always reading Taylor Jenkins Reid books. I don't know why. Well, I mean, I do kind of know why. If you read Daisy Jones and the Six, then it's understandable. Oh, Daisy Jones and the Six was one of my favorites of theirs. I got a CJ Box book called Stormwatch, and it's like a winterscape, so I figure it would be like a good winter read this year. Then I got Why Would I Lie? It's an uncorrected proof that's not for sale, but they sold it to me anyway, which is absolutely illegal because it's an ARC. It says, bitter, angry, paranoid. It doesn't matter how you label Vivica North. She's always tried her best to be perfect. And now that she's a senior, it's time for all her hard work to pay off. The early morning runs, the constant studying, the peer tutoring, it will all be worth it when she's named valedictorian and finally granted admission to her dream school, the elite Everett College. Too bad Jameson Sharp is trying to steal valedictorian from her. Or is he? Jameson doesn't need to try to be perfect. Everything seems to come so easily to him. He's charming and funny and has the ability to make anyone feel special. He has his pick of glowing college recommendations and his grades are flawless. Obviously, Vivica is jealous, right? Vivica knows something is off about Jameson, but as she investigates his past, she seems to find a web of lies and deceit that she struggles to fathom. The further she goes in her quest for the truth, the more impossible her own dreams become. Will Vivica be able to take down her school's golden boy and reveal him as a fraud, or will she, and what she believes, be silenced by labels? In this twisty, suspenseful thriller, Addie Rule weaves the unforgettable story of a girl who won't back down from what she knows she deserves. Which just sounds really good, actually. Like, really, really good. I grabbed it because it's purple and pink, and the cover has these bright, like, letters on it, these words on it, and it says, "Why would I lie?" And it just sounded like a really fun book. So, didn't know the backstory of it at all. Then I have J.D. Kirk's All Cops Are Targets. It's a D.I. Heather Filson novel. It's called This Little Piggy. It says, do you know how your friends are? When a much-loved Kilmarnock police constable is found beaten to death in his home, all signs point to a burglary gone wrong. But when a second officer is slain while on the beat, it becomes clear that something much more sinister is afoot. Somebody is murdering cops. Harassed by an infuriating new partner and a teenage true crime podcaster, D.I. Heather Filson must track down a brutal killer while tensions between the police and the public explode into violence. With rioting breaking out across Glasgow and running battles filling the streets, Heather's latest investigation is no longer just a murder hunt. It's a race to stop Scotland's largest city from tearing itself apart. And I believe, if I remember correctly, because it's got the podcast part, there is a lot of commentary in this. Maybe. I don't know. But I just thought it sounded really fun. I don't want to grab that one yet. Okay, I grabbed Dust and Decay by Jonathan Mayberry. It is a zombie. It's a zombie one. I know. I said I would not read a zombie book, but it's the second book. So the first one is Rotten Ruin, which is actually on my list to be read. So then there's Flesh and Bone, and then there's Fire and Ash. But this is Benny Amura and Nick Riley can't forget the jet they saw fly over the zombie-infested mountains of the Rotten Ruin. Now, after months of rigorous training with Tom, Benny's zombie hunter brother, Benny, Nix, Leela, the Lost Girl, and Chon are ready to leave their home forever and search for a better future. But from the start, everything goes wrong. They are pursued by the living dead, wild animals, and insane murderers, and are faced with the horrors of a rebuilt game land, where teenagers are forced to fight for their lives in the zombie pits. Worst of all, could the evil Charlie Pink Eye still be alive? So, I don't know. It just sounded like it was going to be fun. It does have some interesting things in it, so maybe. I did get a Christmas book, you guys. I got Wreck the Halls by Tessa Bailey. Found a Tessa Bailey book. Grabbed it, of course. Especially in the time for, Christmas time and everything. It's probably going to be a fluffy romance now that I'm thinking about it. But it could have a little bit of a spicy seasoning to it. It says, Melody Gallard may be the daughter of music royalty, but her world is far from glamorous. She spends her days restoring old books and avoiding the limelight. But when a producer offers her a lot of money to reunite her mother's band on live TV, Mel begins to wonder if it's time to rattle the cage, shake up her quiet life, and see him again. The only other person who could wrangle the rock and roll divas. Pete Hawkins, the lead singer's son, is Melody's opposite. The camera loves him. He could charm the pants off anyone, and his mom is not a potential cult leader. Still, they might have been best friends if not for the legendary feud that broke up the band. When they met as teenagers, Mel felt an instant spark, but it's nothing compared to the wild, intense attraction that builds as they embark on a madcap mission to convince their mothers to perform one last show. While dealing with rock star shenanigans, a 24-hour film crew, brawling stances, and mobs of adoring fans, Mel starts to step out of her comfort zone. While Beat by her side, cheering her on, she's never felt so understood. But Christmas Eve is fast approaching, and a decades-old scandal is poised to wreck everything. The Steel Birds reunion, their relationships with their mothers, and their newfound love. I don't know how to take that one. But it's got a Christmas tree on it, Christmas lights. It's got snow falling on it. They're wearing mittens and coats and all that fun stuff. So it's going to be a cute little holiday read, I think. Then I grabbed Speak by Lori Halsey Anderson. I've always wanted to own this book. I love this book so much. It's so messed up. I haven't read it in so long. So I definitely can't wait to pick this one back up again. Okay. I guess I'm going to pull these aside. Try not to let you guys see what they are. I think that's all of them for right now. Okay. Then I have Jennifer McMahon's The Drowning Kind. This has been on my TBR for a hot minute as well. Jennifer McMahon just released The Children on the Hill, and it's supposed to be like a spooky one. But this one is be careful what you wish for. When her social worker, Jax, receives 9 missed calls from her older sister, Lexi, she assumes it's just another one of her sister's episodes, manic and increasingly out of touch with reality. Lexi has pushed Jax away for over a year, but the next day, Lexi is dead, drowned in the pool at their grandmother's estate. When Jax arrives at the house to go through her sister's things, she learns that Lexi was researching the history of their family and the property. She dives deeper into the research herself and discovers that the land holds a far darker past than she could have ever imagined. In 1929, 37-year-old newlywed Ethel Monroe hopes desperately for a baby. In an effort to distract her, Ethel's husband whisks her away on a trip to Vermont, where a natural spring is showcased by the newest and most modern hotel in the Northeast. Once there, Ethel learns that the water is rumored to grant wishes, never suspecting that the spring takes an equal measure to what it gives. A haunting, twisting, and compulsively readable thrill ride from the author dubbed by Chris Bohjalian as a literary descendant of Shirley Jackson. The Drowning Kind is a modern-day ghost story that illuminates how the past, through sometimes forgotten, is never really far behind us. All right. Next, we have The Falling, a Brightest Stars novel by Anna Todd. Okay, now I grabbed this because this is the best-selling author of After, the After series, you know, those giant-ass books. This is The Falling. It says a new love story begins in Anna Todd's first fiction series since After, The Falling, book 1 of the Brightest Stars trilogy. So 20-year-old Karina is proud of the independent life she is trying to create for herself in Fort Benning, Georgia. A dutiful officer's daughter, supportive sister to a troubled twin brother, and caring friend to her roommate, Elodie. She always puts the needs of others ahead of her own and prides herself on being a fixer of broken things. Whether it's the house she's just bought or the fragments of family she works hard to keep intact. Like anyone who has grown up around an army base, Karina also knows the background noise that follows men and women home from war. And when she meets KL, a handsome soldier of the cusp of discharge, she's immediately intrigued by his brooding presence and enigmatic silence. As their uncertain and unexpected friendship starts to turn into something more, Karina tries to piece together KL's story. He is emotionally closed off, recovering from wounds and other trauma in the aftermath of 2 deployments in Afghanistan. In her practice as a physical therapist, Karina has a strong desire to help him heal, and though it challenges her many insecurities and anxieties, she has an equally strong desire to trust him. But that trust is fragile, like the preciousness of a soldier's life. It can be gone in an instant. Ultimately, facing a crossroads, their relationship will be tested by the one thing that Karina cannot accept, forgive, or understand. I had to pick it up. I love the After series so much. You guys don't even understand how much I love the After series. There are so many books in here. Okay, so I have Mirrorland by Carol Johnstone. I've looked into this so many times. I want to read it so bad. It was blurred by Stephen King, and Stephen King said it's dark and devious, beautifully written, and plotted with a watchmaker's precision. So, yeah. It's got, like, parts in it and all that fun stuff. It's been on my list, honestly, for a while as well. It's got the startling twist of Gone Girl and the haunting emotional power of Room, a thrilling psychological suspense novel about twin sisters, the man they both love, and the dark childhood they can't leave behind. So, they met in Maryland, a dark imaginary place under the pantry stairs full of pirates, witches, and clowns. These days, Kat rarely thinks about their childhood home or the fact that Elle now lives there with her husband, Ross. Elle mysteriously disappears after going out on her sailboat. Kat is forced to return to 36 Westerwick Road, which has scarcely changed in 20 years. The house is still full of shadowy hidden corners, and at every turn, Kat finds herself stumbling on long-held secrets and terrifying ghosts from the past. because someone ill, maybe, has left cat clues in almost every room. A treasure hunt that leads right back to Mirrorland, where she knows the truth lies crouched and waiting. It's a twisty, dark, and brilliantly crafted thriller about love and betrayal, redemption and revenge. It's a propulsive, page-turning debut about the power of imagination and the price of freedom. Alright. Several people are typing by Calvin Kasulki. I have been wanting to pick this up for a minute. It's been on my list since, I believe, 2000 something. Hold on, let me double check and make sure I'm not making a fool of myself. Yeah, it's 2000 something. I think it was 2019 because it's copyrighted 2021. So it's been on my list for like at least 3 years. And this is a work from home comedy where WFH meets WTF. A mid-level employee of a New York-based public relations firm has been uploaded into the company's internal Slack channels. At least his consciousness has. His colleagues assume it's an elaborate gag to exploit the new work-from-home policy, but now that Gerald's productivity is through the roof, his bosses are only too happy to let him work from wherever he says he is. Faced with the looming abyss of a disembodied life online, Gerald enlists his coworker to help him escape and to find out what happened to his body. But the longer Gerald stays in the void, the more alluring and absurd his reality becomes. Meanwhile, Gerald's colleagues have PR catastrophes of their own to handle in the real world. Their biggest client, a boutique dog food company, is in the midst of recalling a bad batch of food that's allegedly poisoning Pomeranians nationwide, and their CEO suspects someone is sabotaging his office furniture. And if Gerald gets to work from home all the time, why can't everyone? Is the true love possible between two people when one is just a line of text in an app? And what in the hell does the dusty stick emoji mean? Hilarious and irreverent and wholly original, several people are typing as a satire of both the virtual office and contemporary life and a perfect antidote to the way we live now. And it literally is set up just like several people are typing. So, I thought that was really cool. I have for Rules for Being a Girl by Candace Bushnell and Katie Cotugno. This has also been on my list for a minute. It starts early. You learn the rules for being a girl. Marin has always been good at navigating these unspoken guidelines. Her future seems bright, and her young, charismatic English teacher, Mr. Beckett, is always quick to admire her writing and talk books with her. But when Bex takes things too far and comes on to Marin, she's shocked and horrified. Was it somehow her fault? When Marin works up the courage to tell the school administration what happened, no one believes her, and now Bex has an axe to grind. But Marin isn't about to back down. She uses the school newspaper to fight back, and she starts a feminist book club at school. And she finds allies and even romance in the most unexpected people, like Greg Kendall, who she'd always dismissed as just another lacrosse bro. As things heat up at school and in her personal life, Marin must figure out how to take back the power and write her own rules. So this is going to have, like, I think it'll have, like, a couple of, like, kind of like journal entry type things, maybe. I don't see it. Hold on. I'm not sure. It's been on my list for a minute because, you know, Rules for Being a Girl just sounds really cool. And it's got a fire going in the cover. It's so fun. Okay. Next we have James Patterson's Unlucky 13. I grabbed this because one, it's got a cat on it. Two, it's an unlucky number 13. It's the Women's Murder Club is stalked by a killer with nothing to lose. So this is the 13th book of that series. I am looking for the 4th book and I cannot find it anywhere. I cannot find the 4th book. I'm just going to skip the 4th book and go to the 5th book. Because the 5th book is at the library, the 6th book is at the library, the 7th and the 8th is at the library. I know that for a fact. 9 through, I think it's 15, I don't know. So, I know 12 was there. So, I got Unlucky 13. I'm not even going to read the synopsis of it because everybody should know James Patterson by now. If you don't, look it up. It's on Goodreads. I guarantee it. Next we have Down and Across, a novel by Arvin Ahmadi. Quirky and charming, wise and unpredictable. Scott Ferdowsi can hardly commit to a breakfast cereal, let alone a passion, but with college applications looming, he hopes an impromptu trip to Washington, D.C. will show him the secret to success. So I believe this is like, yeah, the chapter headers are so freaking cute. It's like a crossword, so I have no idea what this is about, to be honest with you. Like, that gave me absolutely nothing. So, that's fun. Then I have Jennifer Wainer's Goodnight Nobody. I love this book. Not this book, but this author. Extremely hilarious. Love it so much. For Kate Klein, a semi-accidental mother of three, suburbia has been full of unpleasant surprises. Her once-loving husband is hardly ever home. The super mummies on the playground routinely snub her. Her days are spent carpooling and enduring endless games of Candyland, and at night, most of her orgasms are at the do-it-yourself variety. When a fellow mother is murdered, Kate finds that the unsolved mystery is the most exciting thing to happen in Upchurch, Connecticut, since her neighbors broke ground for a guest house and cracked their septic tank. Even though the local police chief warns her that crime fighting is a job best left to the professionals, Kate launches an unofficial investigation from 8:45 to 11:30 on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays when her kids are in nursery school. As Kate is drawn deeper into the murdered woman's past, she begins to uncover the secrets and lies behind Upchurch's picket fence facade. Considers the choices and compromises all modern women make as they navigate between obligation and independence, small towns and big cities, being a mother and having a life of one's own. I thought that was just so cute. So, there's that one. Oh my gosh, there's so many books in here, you guys. Okay, so I got Mary Higgins Clark's Kiss the Girls and Make Them Cry. I think I have this somewhere, but I have a smaller version of it. I thought it was really cute. This is a little pocket version of it. It'll fit perfectly in my purse, and I can read it when I want to. So, I'm pretty sure this is wrapped somewhere up there. Up there. Somewhere. One of those. This one is probably in there. I almost guarantee it. Unless I got rid of it and I just don't remember. Okay, so I think precisely. Hold on. Like 2.5 seconds here. I just want to make sure of something. Okay. So we'll talk about these ones that I pulled out. So these are all Ellen Hopkins, and they're going to go with my Ellen Hopkins collections that I have. I have Traffic and Tricks. I have the Glass trilogy. It's Glass, Crank, and Fallout. I have not read Fallout yet. However, I just got Burned. I just got Impulse. And I just got Identical. I was so excited when I saw these. I was like, mine. And yes, they are the smaller ones. Who cares, guys? I can put them like this right next to the other ones, and they'll fit perfectly. I don't know why it says 1, 1, and H. But yeah, I was so excited to get those. I freaked out. Okay, another one I freaked out about is The Vanishing Deep by Astrid Schlotte. So this one has been on my list for a hot minute as well. Probably not really a hot minute. Yeah, kind of a hot minute. It's copyright 2020, so. But this one is supposed to be so good, guys. So good. 17-year-old Tempe was born into a world of water with only a few islands remaining after the Great Waves hit centuries ago. Tempe spends her days diving, scavenging the ruins of a bygone era for anything of value. But it's not food or shelter she wants to barter for, it's a life. For on the island of Palindromina, the dearly departed can be briefly resurrected for a steep price, and Tempe will pay anything for the chance to confront her sister about the secret she died keeping. But once revived, her sister Alicia has other plans. She doesn't want to spend her remaining hours atoning for a crime she insists she didn't commit. Instead, she persuades Tempe to break her out of the facility, and together they embark on a dangerous journey to discover the truth about their past and mend their broken bond. But Palindromina will stop at nothing to bring them back before the truth behind the revival process and the ultimate cost of restored life is revealed. Bestselling author Astrid Schlotte thrills once again in this fast-paced mystery destined to stay with readers long after the last page. So if I remember correctly, yeah, these are short chapters, and it's like timed down. So this is all within like a few hours. This whole book. So Next we have Suicide Notes by Michael Thomas Ford, another one that's been on my list. I'm so happy that I did this because I have all these books that I haven't been able to find. I can't locate. Woo! I can't locate anywhere, and now I have found them, and I'm very excited to read them. These Suicide Notes ones is probably going to be really difficult. Ellen Hopkins actually blurbed it saying a riveting read, so that's pretty cool. 15-year-old Jeff wakes up on New Year's Day to find himself in the hospital, make that the psychiatric ward with the nut jobs, never mind the bandages on his wrist. Clearly this is all a huge mistake. Jeff is perfectly fine, perfectly normal, not like the other kids in the hospital with him. They've got problems. But a funny thing happens as Jeff's 45-day sentence drags on. The crazy start to seem less crazy. Compelling, witty, and refreshingly real, Suicide Notes is a darkly comic novel that examines that fuzzy line between normal and the rest of us. With a sprinkling of dark humor and a full measure of humanness, Suicide Notes is quirky, surprising, and a riveting read. Ellen Hopkins. So, jeez, little peep. I dropped it. Sorry, guys. Alright, we're almost done, I think. I think that's all the books that I have. This is Lies Like Wildfire by Jennifer Lynn Alvarez. Where there's smoke, there's a liar. This says twisty and fast-paced and visceral. I couldn't put this one down. I have no idea. We are the monsters. Mo, Luke, Violet, Drummer, and me, Hannah. It's not what it sounds like, though, just a nickname from when we were little kids. We were at Gap Lake, the deepest in the mountains, and our favorite swimming hole. It was a hot, dry summer afternoon like every other one, and we knew to be careful. When you live in a small California forest town, you know more than you ever want to about the wildfires. But that day, there was wind. We didn't mean to do it, but we did, and now one of the monsters is missing and everyone's eyes are on us. This could ruin us, so we did what we had to do. We lied, and we have to keep lying. Telling the truth won't erase the past. We can't crack. Sometimes good people do bad things, and if there's one thing people hate, it's liars. So it starts out at August 11th, and the chapters are short. Maybe not. A little bit, kind of. Just depends on all the stuff. Oh, I love when they do the timestamps and the dates. It's my favorite. So there's that. This one is called Spells. This one is from a free library. No idea anything about it. Absolutely nothing about it. So this one's going to be like a surprise to me because I don't even have a cover for it. But I liked it, so I like the idea of it being spells. I got Hush by Nicole Braddock Bromley, moving from silence to healing after childhood sexual abuse. I've heard really good things about this one and really hurtful things about this one, and it's a very hard, deep read. So I didn't experience childhood sexual abuse. Well, not in the sense of family, let's put it that way. You were only a child when you learned adult things. You felt sad and confused when they said it was your fault. You never told anyone. You were always told to hush. Until now. Survivors of childhood sexual abuse can be found in every corner of society, yet the shocking reality is blanketed by silence. Author Nicole Braddock Bromley is one such survivor, but she hasn't kept silent, and she's here to help you heal. Written by someone who has believed that the lies and felt the shame, Hush doesn't leave you to deal with your abuse alone. Nicole draws deeply from the source of all comfort, using stories from her other survivors to help you. Break the silence, realize it's not your fault, forgive those who hurt you, make a difference. The words of Hush are fuel for healthy relationships. They reveal how intimacy can trigger issues from the past and how to overcome these barriers to love. As Nicole writes, sexual abuse isn't about sex, it's about power and control. Don't let your abuser wield this power any longer. You deserve to be believed. You deserve to heal. May the silence be broken. So this one's going to be a little bit of a difficult read. If you hold anything against anyone, forgive him so that your Father in heaven may forgive you your sins. Mark 11:25. The cure for an unforgiving heart. A few summers ago, while I was speaking at a youth conference, I saw a young man sitting alone in the back of the room after I finished my talk. Cameron spoke to me, but when he did, he wouldn't look me in the eye. He looked at the floor and kept squeezing his hands in two fists. His lips were tight. He told me that throughout his childhood, his dad had abused both him and his mom and that he hated him for it. He said that his parents were now divorced, but that he knew where his dad lived and wanted to kill him. He asked me if God would forgive him. Oh, okay. So that goes pretty deep. I think we have this right here. Oh my gosh. These are the last 3. Some of these are from Salvation Army, by the way, and they were like $1.99 a piece. Some of these are from Goodwill. Some of these are from local thrift stores down there in Des Moines and a couple other places in Illinois as well. So I will go next with Illuminae Files #1. I have tried reading this so many times. I think I've read it through once, but I love how it's set up because it's set up really interesting, really fun, really interactive. I mean, really, really unbelievable. Look at that up close. Insane stuff like that. So this is Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. First survive, then tell the truth. Brace yourself, you're about to be immersed in a mindscape that you'll never want to leave. Marie Lu, author of the Legend Trilogy. I just love this so much. I think this is so great. And I'm not really a space person or a sci-fi person, I should say, but it's just really fun to have. Alright, next we have Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe by Benjamin Elier-Sinez. I have been looking for this for a hot minute. They also have He Forgot to Say Goodbye. But it says, Dante can swim, Ari can't. Dante is articulate and self-assured. Ari has a hard time with words and suffers from self-doubt. Dante gets lost in poetry and art. Ari gets lost in thoughts of his older brother who is in prison. Dante is fair-skinned. Ari's features are much darker. It seems that a boy like Dante with his open and unique perspective on life would be the last person to break down the walls that Ari has built around himself. But against all odds, when Ari and Dante meet, they develop a special bond that will teach them the most important truths of their lives and help define the people they want to be. But there are big hurdles in their way, and only by believing in each other and the power of their friendship can Ari and Dante emerge stronger on the other side. I'm not gonna lie, I thought Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe was literally like a gay love thing, not a best friends thing. So I just learned something. And then the last one I have, I'm really excited for this because I've been looking for this book. I recently put it on my TBR, so it hasn't been that long that I've been looking for it. But it is from 2015. This went on my TBR here recently because of Lemon 8 that I use, and there's a lot of book recommendations on there, and this was one of them. And this is The Third Twin by CJ Amalolu. And it just looks really good. It started as a joke. When they were little, Lexi and her identical twin Ava made up a third sister, Alicia. If something broke, Alicia did it. Alicia was always to blame for everything. Now the game is all grown up. The girls are seniors and they use Alicia as their cover to go out with guys who they'd never ever be with in real life. But sometimes games just aren't worth playing. A boy has turned up dead, and DNA evidence and the surveillance photos point to only one suspect, Alicia, the girl who doesn't exist. Identical twins, identical DNA, identical suspects. Ava insists that if they keep following the rules for being Alicia, everything will be fine. But Lexi isn't so sure. She must find the truth before another boy is murdered, because either Ava is a killer or Alicia is real. So, yeah, I'm super excited for this. So that is all of the books that I got, you guys. Those are all going on my shows, and I'm so excited. There's so many. So many. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this. I am sorry if it was kind of long. Let me know in the comment section below which book you're looking forward to. If you've read any of these books, if you have any 5-star recommendations out of these books that I have spoken on, I would really greatly appreciate knowing. And if you guys are into book content, join my community. All right. See you guys later. Bye.